Hello and welcome back to the Glimmer Witch. So today I have a quick application video. I didn't leave the nail art in, but you've seen me do these before, so I didn't think it would matter. So this is Donna. She's come back. We have done her a brand new set of tips. So I've cleansed her hands and mine. I have prepped her nails. I've done all the cuticle work. And I've applied tapered square tips from Tracy Lou. You all know they're my favourite, so that's what I've used. And we are doing today a set using CJP's Candy Apple and also a ultra fine glitter mix that I got from the Glitter Fairy earlier this year. I think it was in the June VIP mix. So nice simple set. I was using the last of my Candy Apple, so actually, as I got down to the last bit, I added it into my vamp pot and mixed the two. So that'll be interesting if someone else has red nails this week. How's everyone's Christmas week going? Mine is atrocious. My own fault. Next year, there will be 50% booking fees in place for all clients, not just the irregular ones and regular ones, because I've had a nightmare. But let's not dwell on it, it's fine. Let's move on. So I'm just getting ready to do her clear base layer. So the clear layer and the dehydrator I have done in a wide view, and I've then zoomed in to do the colour application. So wiping over each of those nails with a lint-free pad and CJP's Prep Spray Plus. These are not actually lint-free pads, they're cut up wax papers. Nice little tip there for you, nice and cheap to do. They work perfectly. So that goes on first. We then dehydrate all 5 nails. I'm using the new formula Dehydrate and Prep in a bottle. Brush on dehydrator. My size 10 Tracy Lou brush. CJP's Crystal Glass for my clear base. So dehydrator goes on that natural nail only. Don't get it on the tip. And I have filed these tips in as well. So I then go in with my second, let that dry, pick up a small clear bead of crystal glass, drain the back of the bead on my kitchen roll, and then we place that bead and we push it up and into that cuticle. Now the reason I place it a little bit lower is because I want that cuticle bit to be as thin as possible. You don't want any bulk there. You just need that layer on there to A, protect that natural nail from the colour we're putting on, and B, to make it easier when your client then comes back and wants a redesign, because you can just file back to that clear. So you can see I'm really thinning that out at that cuticle. We don't need any bulk there. So I'm dehydrating as I go. Busy day today. I have 3 sets in today. One is a redesign, one is a gel polish design, overlays, and one is a brand new set. So I will try and video as much as I can, and I'll try and leave the artwork in. I don't know why I keep forgetting to turn the camera on. So Donna has very wide nail beds. When she first came to me, her cuticles were absolutely dire. But we found the shape that suits her, we found the length that suits her. She has gone a little bit longer for Christmas than she would normally. That's not unusual. This time of year, clients do want to be a little bit extra. So as you can see, I'm putting that bead on. It's not running anywhere. It's not going all over the place. That's what I love about CJP. It stays. So coming in with that Candy Apple, as always, my first nail is always the hardest one to do. So I'm getting that Candy Apple up near that cuticle, and then I'm pushing and patting it into place, swiping it down the sides to keep that nice and neat, and then pulling the rest of that product down the nail. So just tidying up around that cuticle. This is one of those colours that if it gets on the skin, it will stain. So I was quite pleased that I didn't do that this time. And on these red nails, I am also capping as I go. And when we are finished, we did a hand-painted snowflake on her middle finger. She had the fine glitter on her ring finger, and we also used a pigment. Donna is a jiffler. You might notice that as we're going through. She's always moving, so she can be a little bit difficult to work on. I try and keep her as steady as possible. And that is why the camera is moving. It's not me, it's the client. So put that clear bead on, tap, tap, swipe, and we just make sure we've got the apex where we need it. Now when I do come back in a minute and put another small bead of clear on there because I didn't quite have the shaping that I wanted. Which is a good reason why we check from all angles. Because it might look like you've got everything where you need it to be, but actually from the side we haven't. So that first bead again on that cuticle, and we're just gonna pat, swipe it down, swipe it down. Very good coverage on this colour. To be fair, it is a nice red to work with. So 3 days to go for me. No, 4 days. I finish on Saturday, and then it will be my turn to do my nails and my mum's and my niece's on Monday. And then I'm away on Tuesday, off to Cumbria, near Carnforth, for the Christmas holiday to spend with my eldest son. So looking forward to that. Not looking forward to the drive up on Christmas Eve though. Could do without that. So just getting that coverage, just putting that final bead on there to smooth out that colour. And again, capping. So it's much easier at this angle to see my pickup. So which angle do you prefer? Overhead or this one? The only issue I have with this one is because of the way I hold the client's fingers, I end up blocking out the view from that index finger, the pointer finger. So yeah, let me know. If you like it, we'll keep it. So yeah, just needed a little bit more there. Folding the tissue over. And then another bead on there, just so that we've got that apex. Much better. So this is what I mean. It's sort of, I end up cutting it out of shot just because of the way that I hold the client's hand. But I don't have any way of getting that camera in front of the client without it being in my way. So that's why I haven't. But you get the gist. So there is no filing in this. I've literally just left in the colour application on all 5. It is in real time. I haven't sped it up. But it does go straight to a video and a picture at the end. Nice and simple. Very easy colour application. So for me, this set, with my prices at the moment, if somebody has a 1 colour acrylic application, they always get a feature finger for free, so they can have a glitter or a simple painted nail art on that index finger. They get that as part of the set. So for me, this would be 21. But with the additional artwork, I ended up charging a 26. Because you've got to charge for those things. And I'm going to be much stricter. 2020 is going to be much stricter. I'm not going to give away stuff for free. I don't need to now. I'm getting good enough that I can justify the prices. No more cheap working. So I go and do that thumb. So exactly the same again. So you can see she's got very flat, wide nails. And when she first came to me, she wanted square. And it took me ages to convince her that square were not the best shape, and then she eventually tried this, loved it. So that's it now, we stick to an almond for her. So second bead goes on. And pull it down. Then I come in with a third. If you're wondering, my monomer dishes are actually, I presume they're trinket bowls. So the one I'm using in this video is one that a client gave me. I love them because they've got a lid on, so it minimises the smell of monomer. The other one I got in a charity shop. I love them. Although I have seen Glitter Planet's new monomer dish, it's huge. I want that one. It's really pretty. Check it out if you haven't already. So yeah, we're just going to do this. I'm then going to cap that nail, and then we're going to do the glitter. So I've left the glitter to the end because we didn't want glitter in the red. So just plan. When somebody gives you a set in your head, just plan. You know, if you've got white nails, do the white nails first. Get that out of the way. If you're doing a extended nail bed, get the nail bed done first, and then get the other nails done and get them capped, so that when you then file that extended nail bed, you're not getting dust onto your nails and trapping it under that clear acrylic cap. So you just need to plan ahead and think about which way to do it. You see what I mean? She's proper jiffling. That camera's rocking. So final bead of colour goes on at that cuticle, and we just cover the whole nail to give it a nice smooth look. She is the worst jiffler in the world, honestly. Does not sit still. So that clear bead goes on, tap, 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 around the top and the sides, swipe, swipe, and then we just pull the front of that bead down. So can you see from that side view that that tip is too flat? So in a second, there you go, just checking it out, I come back in with another bead to get some strength in that tip. If I left it like that, it will snap, usually across that stress point, and we don't want that. So we're going to blend that one in, and then I'm not going to pull the front of that bead right down, we're going to pat. Job done. So picking up that raw glitter, tiny bead, you might be able to see how small that bead is when I pick it up. Tiny bead of clear acrylic, literally tiny. And then that first bead goes on near that cuticle, give it a wiggle, and then I'm going to push it up into that corner. We want it nice and flush in that cuticle, and then when we put our cap on, the clear acrylic will fit between where the glitter is and the skin, and it will just fully encapsulate it. Beautiful glitter. It's a tiny bead of clear acrylic. There's not a lot there at all. And I just keep adding. You can just pick up glitter if that nail is already wet with monomer. You can just pick your glitter up with a wet brush. It depends on how much glitter I need. I'm not building structure with this. It is literally just to give it something to dry, so it dries a little bit before I go in and cap it. So once we have done all that, we then cap that glitter nail. I then filed off camera and buffed. I then added the artwork, and I finished with CJP's tack-free top gloss as always, into the lamp for 60 seconds, let them cool down a little bit, and I applied cuticle oil. All my clients this week have received a little goodie bag with a couple of scented tea lights, a sweet, and a little bottle of cuticle oil, which I make myself as a free gift. So they're all getting a little Christmas present. So that's it for that video. I will be back very soon.